All right, welcome back, everybody. Kyle Bazzi here, president at Benzinga.com. Up next for the Benzinga Fintech Awards interviews, we have Trade Ideas and managing partner, Mr. David Aferiat. David, what's going on, man?
I'm good, Kyle. How you doing? Everything is great.
So you are one of the guys in the industry that I have seen everywhere. You've been a good friend of Benzinga, but you are one of the companies that I like to highlight because you guys are always pushing things, always coming up with new ideas and innovations. For everyone that doesn't know about Trade Ideas, give us a little bit of background here. When did you guys start it, and why did you guys start it?
You bet. You bet. So Trade Ideas, born out of we started collecting revenues in 2003, and it was really we're a market scanning tool, and we were born out of a frustration that we had for many years back in 2003. That's actually quite a long period of time, and we've had our recent annual meeting and had to reflect on just how long we've been in business and how long we've been innovating in this space. But back in 2003, if people can remember, many of these tools that we can appreciate and we see in the space today didn't exist and were behind the platforms available at that time. So they were integrated, and they were the retail online brokerages tools, or they were used by institutionals and kept away from a large mass of people. And we thought to unshackle and create some value in bringing idea generation in the form of a scanner and market analysis outside of these tools and make it available to anybody, make it independent for anybody to start using. And we haven't looked back since.
All right, awesome. How many people at the company? And today, I know you guys, you call it a market screening tool, but you guys do way more than that. Give us a sense of the product suite.
Right, you're spot on. So a lot of our recent push in the last couple of years has been into, first of all, we spent many years just improving and making just the leading edge of innovation in scanning. We developed back testing tools from that. We've since developed automated trading from that as well, because the full arc used to be scanning, then back tests in order to determine what was working, and then automated trading on top of that. But in more recent years, we've kind of taken a strategic pivot and looked at even a broader market that our tools and our innovations can be applied to, and those include content generation. Every line is a potential article that we write now and that we send to financial media outlets and have gotten a very strong response to. And some of the other innovations in our product line include a constant look at our original product in making that tool easier for customers to experience and to use no matter what level they are. And we've done some amazing innovation around this idea of making our product look a little bit like Netflix, where you can choose a theme in the market, and that theme resonates with you. You enter it with the context of knowing what you're going to see. For instance, it could be, China internet, or it could be glam power, cosmetic stocks. It could be a whole host of themes that we create, and that's the experience that people react to when using our tool and zeroing in on the market view that they want to see, or they create their own.
All right, I'm going to deviate away from the awards for a second. I think everybody would find this question, especially the younger companies, very interesting. For being around for so long and also staying relevant and staying on top of the market trends with everything that Trade Ideas does, Dave, give us some advice, or give advice to those companies out there that are just starting. What are some of the biggest obstacles that you guys had to overcome, and what were some of the ways that you did that?
Yeah, great question. Again, for being around since 2003, celebrating our 13th year, I have seen dead carcasses and roadkill from other people who have tried to come into the space and have made some critical mistakes. And you don't get that much of a runway if you make a mistake and you start running in a different direction. We've always kept ourselves. We have a motto of being guerrilla-like, and we do that with our marketing. We do that with our product innovation. We try to squeeze every single resource that we can. And much of our revenues back into the product to continually innovate. So that's one of the lessons I would give, is can make sure that you pay yourself what you can to get by, but then reinvest in the company, reinvest in the technology. The example is we had a competitor that was a customer, from being a customer became a direct competitor, and it really woke us up. It was probably one of the best things that could have happened, because it spurred us to get off of what was a great ride until then. And said, for fear of being caught up and passed, we need to start innovating. And it launched a whole new streak of innovation at Trade Ideas, where we started coming up with our back testing tool, where we started investing in our servers so that we could watch every single stock and every single tick of every single stock on the exchange and be that 1,000 pairs of eyes. It's more than being 1,000 pairs of eyes, it's being able to then take the best view from that 1,000 pairs of eyes and present it to our customers instantly. So we invested in the infrastructure, and we wound up out innovating rather than stopping and battling with that particular competitor. Now we take a much more broad approach, and we make sure that we find great partnerships as a result of being around this long, and our enterprise license partners is probably one of the biggest reasons for our success and our ongoing growth. It's a stable form of innovation that we provide them, and that we also receive financially. It's been a great partnership, and I will say it is extremely hard to have such partnerships, such bedrock foundational partnerships working over 8-9 years now, where you have different management teams that come in, and you have to constantly show the value of what your tool is providing to their customers, and we've done that.
Man, I believe wholeheartedly in this industry because of the complexity of everything and just the sheer size of data and tickers and asset classes. Partnering up and strength in numbers for businesses, definitely a great piece of advice there, Dave. All right, let's jump back to Trade Ideas. So what are you guys, 2014 and now in 2015, what are you guys concentrating on right now and building right now just to stay fresh?
Sure. We're getting a lot of innovation and feedback from our customers in engaging with them. For many years, we never really communicated with our customers. We simply provided the data, and we showed them the best way to use the tool. And now we're starting to get into a conversation. We're, for instance, sending out a weekly email we call Trade of the Week. And I was just going through some of the calls, but we've called Kraft about 2 weeks ago, KRFT, and some others. And it's a weekly email that just demonstrates this is the power of Trade Ideas. This is the scanning, the idea generation that we can do, and we serve it up for those who give us their email, and then we start an engaging conversation. And it's been a phenomenal success. It's been something where, that's where we kind of look to provide even more content in the future to Benzinga, to other media outlets. This engagement, this kind of conversation that we're having with customers, for us is hugely beneficial. And maybe it's a wonderful pivot from what we were doing before. We just had our heads down and continually innovating. Now that we're actually talking and communicating with our customers, engaging with them, we're getting even better at making all of our content personal and relevant. That's the only way that you can get engagement, and that's the way that we approach our tool, by saying, what is it that we can do on the first impression of seeing a Trade Ideas? Assure that you're in the right space and you're seeing the right information.
All right, I mean, Mark, you guys went from market screening tool. You guys do so much with data and research, and now even on the signal side, like you just said, engagement is so huge, and I don't think anyone's truly gotten that right to the point where we can really start to scale it out outside of our circle of people that trade and invest in stocks, and with an entire new generation of millennials coming through in this transfer of wealth. How does Trade Ideas really hone in on that personable touch to reach people, to actually get them to change their behaviors and actually start to invest again?
Well, that's a great question. And one of the top of line is, again, Trade Ideas. We take an enormous amount of data. It's no longer just market data. So we're looking at fundamentals, we're looking at technicals, and then we're also looking at unstructured data like social media and even others like Estimize, and creating new derived data points from that unstructured data. So you're getting like a 7-layer dip, and the ways that you're able to dig into that and consume it is pretty powerful. It's up to us to make all that complexity that comes from all that data and crunching all of that information and deriving new information from it. It's up to us to make that experience as easy as possible, which is why we kind of have these themes of the market to introduce our concepts to customers, and then they quickly they latch on. But for millennials and this next generation of investors coming to the markets, the social media is certainly an important point, and that we do a really good job of determining what is unusual behavior for the normal mention rate of, we all know that everyone talks about Apple, but what's unusually large about Apple? That's what we also track. What's unusually large about Athena Healthcare? We know what the baseline is, and then we spend all of our statistical analysis in determining this is a significant increase in above normal mention rates for this particular stock, ABC. But in addition to which, I'll
All
make
right.
one point. We also have we have more technology in our pipeline that takes the power of our back testing and actually applies it to actual trades, so that we come up with all sorts of conclusions about ways to make you even better trader. We have a beta of the tool right now available at TradeIdeasJournal.com that people can try.
Yeah, and like I said, I love you guys as the example of a company that has been able to stay so relevant in this fast-paced, moving environment. And now that fintech is coming into favor with VC money coming in and everything, I think you guys are a great example for people to learn from. Dave, at the end of these interviews, we always ask for a 30-second pitch here. Why are you guys one of the most innovative companies in the fintech space right now and deserve to win a Benzinga Fintech Award?
Well, we deserve to win the FinTech Award because Benzinga Fintech Award because we've been around so long, and it'd be a safe bet to bet on us that we're going to continue to be around, even longer. We stay innovative. That's the sole reason why we're still around. I mentioned before that we're like 1,000 pair of eyes, but we save the best views for our customers of this viewpoint that we have. We're innovative because we bring market intelligence and we bring actual ideas that are relevant, that are personalized, and the result is customers from retail online brokerages to individuals and proprietary traders, they get exactly what they need because it's tailored to them. And we just do a better job of trying to determine, is this personal and is this relevant to you? Then we know it's going to be engaging. And the way we do that is just innovating and listening to our customers. We'll see it around.
Love it, Dave. All right, managing partner, Mr. David Aferiat of Trade Ideas. Thanks for joining us today, and thanks for telling us a little bit more about Trade Ideas, and like I said, setting the example and the bar for all the new companies out there.
Thanks, Kyle. Trade Ideas.
Yeah, if you want to go see more about them, go to trade-ideas.com. You can also go to the BenzingaFintechAwards.com. Check them out along with the other 115 companies that have applied to show you why they are one of the most innovative companies out there to help you create wealth. Until next time, this is Kyle Bazzi. Thanks for joining.